Hopefully, the internet connection will not go, which did go at an early stage of part A, attempted part A. Now, the main news items in the Fleet Street papers are, of course, about the so-called rebellion against Vladimir Putin by the Wagner mercenaries and the disappearance of the leader. And the speculation as to whether Putin had bribed him or not, and also the possibility that if Putin is ousted, whether that would be acceptable or would be preferable to the USA, etc., etc. And domestically in the United Kingdom, they're talking about the various tight positions in which UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak finds himself in. And most of those are about mortgage, about Sunak's battle as to how to sell the idea of keeping wages low as against the demands that wages should be raised. And the third point that I was talking about in part A was about the Daily Mail for the second Saturday in a row, which was this Saturday 2 days ago, promoting with big splash on page 1 of the Saturday edition of the Daily Mail the new so-called columnist Boris Johnson. But Boris Johnson's choice of topic and his so-called discussion against the so-called left-wingers who criticize the indulgence by the people who are the rich ones that could buy the Titanic adventure tour tickets and them not paying taxes. That has been completely, as I said even before Johnson wrote about this, the fact that the criticism has been leveled at these tourists who have lost their lives is being connected with the criticism by left wingers is complete rubbish. Because the vessel that they were traveling in had already been observed as being safe, insecure, unsafe. And now the family of the Pakistani father and his son, Suleiman, the Dawood family, through the an aunt of Suleiman's, they have released the information that Suleiman only agreed to go to the tour to please his dad. He actually didn't want to go there. So it's nothing to do with the left suddenly realizing the essence of the truth. It is common sense observations made by other people, ordinary people, including by the so far published aunt of Suleiman Dawood. And the other thing that the weekend newspapers admitted was that both the United Kingdom government and the USA government had known that the vessel was finished, that it had imploded immediately. And for 6 days, both the USA government and agencies, that is, the security agencies, propaganda agencies, and the UK's counterparts of those agencies and government, pretended that they were still looking for the vessel, whereas they knew that the vessel didn't exist. It had imploded catastrophically. And the inmates, the people who were traveling in it, had died instantly. So here is a case of the UK government and the USA government lying on a world scale. And by allowing this bogus, huffing, anti-left column by the liar Boris Johnson to run on Saturday, Paul Dacre, the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mail group, was aggravating a lie. Johnson knew that the vessel had imploded. Dacre knew that the vessel had imploded. All the Daily Mail news checkers and fact checkers knew that the vessel had imploded, as did the rest of the Fleet Street media. And after knowing all of that for 6 days, 4 days, 3 days, whatever the number of days that they carried on the charade of looking for the travelers and the tourists, they actually confirmed that they were lying, brazenly lying to the public, to the world. And Johnson was merely repeating the same lies or lying. That is his main character. Johnson was ousted as a member of parliament because of his lying, not because of any real ethical uprising on the part of the United Kingdom Parliament or the population. Johnson was ousted because of the evidence that on multiple occasions in his statements made to the House of Commons, Johnson had falsely said things that were not true, etc., etc. Now, against all of that, there is this complete silence in the British media, as I pointed out 3-4 days ago, about the hundreds of people who have drowned in the sea of Greece. Hundreds of people trying to cross from North Africa to Greece had perished. And there is no outrage, even now today, Monday the 26th of June 2023. There is no acknowledgement of that. There is no acknowledgement of that anywhere. And the Guardian kind of reluctantly has come to realize this. And it is saying that there is outcry about the fact that nothing is being said about the fact that the hundreds of people have drowned in the sea of Greece. And as I said in my broadcast, which I wrote and presented on the Channel 4 News slot in January 1992, that the I meant that I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting myself. I'm paraphrasing effectively the context. And the context was that the Western Europeans were historically and serially entrenched liars and entrenched racists. And they would be overhyping their outrage against the arrival of migrants and asylum seekers. Now, I was saying that in my television broadcast, which I had written and presented on Channel 4 News slot in January 1992. And I said that the only way such outcry or the reasons for such outcries could be dealt with and tackled and solved, let's say, was for the Western countries to address the poverty, the hunger, the famine, the wars that so many people called migrants and asylum seekers were desperate to avoid by leaving their countries and seeking what they hoped would be peace, sanctuary, and the ability to have basic incomes, etc. Now that was 1992, that's 31 years ago. I said that 31 years ago, and for 31 years, all the regimes that have come into power or have been in power in the 31 years, in the United Kingdom, in France, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Greece, they have ignored what I said, as has the United Nations. Because my broadcast was updating world exclusively, originally updating, and was ahead by decades, ahead of the analysis and the policy position that should have been taken by the United Nations and its agencies and by other humanitarian agencies and operations for 31 years now. If for 31 years, if they had been dealing with the poverty and hunger and the famine and the starvation, then there would be nothing as compared to the numbers of the people trying to seek asylum and migrate to the West. Is happening now. What is happening is that thousands of people, as I predicted accurately in January 1992, thousands of people in every part of the North African, let's say, perimeter, let's say, theoretically, perimeter to the West, are poised for any excuse, any way, any means that they could find to cross away from North Africa into Europe and to the land of solution of all their problems, which of course is not the case, never would be the case. Now, why hasn't the United Nations been doing anything? The answer is that the member states that make up the United Nations And the member states that make up the United Nations agency, the humanitarian agencies, are not awakened to the facts that I was setting out, and I did set out and I highlighted. And individual countries from where these people come, or want to come, or are trying to come, including Pakistan and other countries in Asia and Africa, the governments in those countries are not representative of the opinion that is based on the truth about the state of the economy in each of the countries, the state of civil liberties, the freedom, the democracy in each of these countries that these people, the migrants or would be migrants, want to escape. Going back a few months ago, well, going back over the last 1 year, since Imran Khan was ousted in Pakistan as the prime minister, one of the things that Imran Khan has been saying quite clearly in his rallies has been the claim that he makes, the claim that the party he leads or he chairs, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, the Pakistan Party for Justice, has been the clear statement that there should be created in Pakistan true independence, hakiki azadi, true freedom. And that true freedom is a reference to the 1947, August 1947 declarations. 14th of August 1947 was the declaration bringing into existence the state of Pakistan by the British. And the day after, the 5th of August 1947, the declaration by the British Empire bringing into existence the state of India. And this is 76 years now. And in the 76 years, since the 15th of August 1947, both Pakistan and India have behaved dishonestly, the regimes have behaved dishonestly and have not carried out even the basic promises that the leaders of both movement, the Muslim League and the Indian National Congress for the Hindus, had made to the people of Pakistan and India. So when Imran Khan and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf said in the last 12 months that they are keen to establish Hakiki Azadi, they got it absolutely right. That is what is needed. But the fact that they got it right about the need for true independence doesn't make it a reality. And there is no evidence in anything that Pakistan, the regime that is now in post in Pakistan, or the military which is in effect controlling the regime in Pakistan, or indeed the rank and file of the Tehreek-e-Insaf party, or indeed Imran Khan himself, there is no evidence that they actually understand the magnitude of what Hakiki Azadi, true independence, entails. So there is no program. There is no program, even in the political education, underway by political rallies under the banner of the Tehreek-e-Insaf. There is no list of the things that have been wrong about bringing about the Hakiki Azadi. And there is most certainly no list of what should happen immediately in Pakistan at every level to bring about the Hakiki Azadi. One of the things that I have said, and I'm saying it now again, to Imran Khan and the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, is that the biggest betrayal of the Azadi movement of 1947 was perpetrated by the military in what is now Pakistan and what was Pakistan even before the 16th of December 1971. The military, as typified by General Ayub Khan, who was the Field Marshal Ayub Khan, he declared himself to be as the Chief Martial Law Administrator from 1958 till 1968. And the new young politico, Zulfikar Bhutto, who was recruited by Ayub Khan as a young lawyer holding a post of a lecturer in the 1960s at the University of Southampton in England. Now, when I challenged Bhutto at an exchange held at the Institute of Engineers in Dhaka in the 1960s, shortly after Bhutto was kicked out of the government by Ayub Khan, I found that Bhutto was shallow. Bhutto was there at the Institute of Engineers, the people of East Pakistan, that he was fit and proper leader waiting for Pakistan. But when he spoke at the Institute of Engineers, I found his speech totally shallow, empty of substance, empty of actual significant connection with the realities of East and West Pakistan at that time. So, based on that, I asked him the question, which he failed to answer factually. Then I asked him another question, which Bhutto failed to answer factually. Then I asked him another question. And thus, I ended up asking Zulfikar Bhutto 1 to 9 questions in a row. And Zulfikar Bhutto failed to answer each one of the 9 questions. He had no clue. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, when he was faced with my 9 questions, came across as being totally, absolutely, utterly without clue. How was this man or this politico going to be able to deliver for the people of both East and West Pakistan at that time, because this was happening in 1960s. The leadership that the country needed. He did not he did not come across as having the qualities, the insights that he must have had if he were to come across as fit leader for the country waiting. So when my 9 questions were completed, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto suddenly staged an about turn, and he turned right and he left the stage and he left the Institute of Engineers and he left the whole East Pakistan within hours. Did I drive him away from East Pakistan? Well, I didn't intend to drive him at all. What I did intend, and I still maintain I wanted to do, was hear from him evidence of his fitness to become the leader of the country, or his program for the independent Pakistan, the free Pakistan, the independent Pakistan. Now, does anyone watching this on behalf of Imran Khan realize what this is about? I didn't plan to expose Zulfikar Bhutto in any way, shape, or form. I didn't I didn't go there to the Institute of Engineers event intending to even speak, because that was not an invitation meeting, that was not held by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto inviting people. It was just an open meeting, and anyone who was interested in what he had to say could go there, and I did go there. And the Institute of Engineers, whatever the sitting capacity, was full up. And along with myself, the other people that were there, on average, I would say, would be under age 30. I was the only one who spoke, apart from Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Nobody else spoke. Can you believe that? That was very soon after Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was kicked out by Ayub Khan from Ayub Khan's cabinet, the military martial law cabinet, and Bhutto's purpose was to offer to the people of East Pakistan politically a kind of alternative to what the Awami League of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was offering. I wasn't there as a member of any party. I never belonged to any political party in East Pakistan, and I don't belong to any political party in Bangladesh. And the reason why I never did belong to any of the parties was because I didn't have any evidence before me that any of the parties was fit for purpose. And I still don't believe that any of the parties that is active in Bangladesh today is fit for purpose. As an independent observer of events, truthful observer of events, I went along to find out what Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was there to offer. Amazing that while this exchange took place and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto left, in effect defeated by the pressure of 9 questions from me, None of the none of the people present there, which included dozens of journalists, so called, I don't think anyone published anything. Amazing, isn't it? That was, well, the 6 decades ago, 6 calendar decades ago, wasn't it? And if what I said was considered, and if Bhutto had actually the real intention to engage on the evidence, on the contents of what I said, probably he would have avoided the mistake that he made after the 1970 election. Because the mistake he made was to block any of the members of the party that he later formed, Pakistan People's Party, who became elected at the 1970 general election as a member of the Pakistan National Assembly, MNA, but to ban them from going to Dhaka. So he is the one who declared East Pakistan a separate country. It was Bhutto, because Sheikh Mujib didn't ban anyone from coming to Dhaka from West Pakistan. It was Bhutto who banned the members of the National Assembly from going to East Pakistan. So the real secessionist was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. The real person who broke Pakistan was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Shall be continuing on this in the further updates in due course, of course. Going back to today's events in Pakistan, I don't think that Imran Khan and his Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, I don't think that they can really get it organized in a way that brings Imran Khan or his party back to power. Why? Because not all the allegations that have been made against Imran Khan politically can be just dismissed as being fabricated and false. Why? Because Imran Khan has not, and I'm talking about 4 years now, since he first came into power, I have been publicly stating, and this is the only forum, this is the only mode I've been using. I've been publicly stating that Imran Khan should do one thing that won't cost him any money, but would bring him unique recognition as a person who is fit to lead the country and offer leadership to the people in the subcontinent, which is to say, genuinely apologize to the innocent, any number of people, because I don't know how many people were attacked by the Pakistan military in 1971. But the innocent people in East Pakistan that were attacked by the Pakistan military, Imran Khan should say sorry. And Imran Khan should make a pledge, now that he is not in power, I would have said different thing which I did when he was in power. But now that he is not in power, he should make a pledge and work to implement that pledge for the compensation, the damages to be paid to the victims of the Pakistan military's attacks, the civilian people, and their surviving relations if the victims have died. Now, this is the least that Imran Khan could do. And immediately, if he does that, if he could do that, it would transform Imran Khan into a genuine international statesperson, quite apart from other things. Because I have other things to say about what Imran Khan should do and what the Pakistan, those people who do care about Pakistan, must do about what the military did in 1971 in East Pakistan to the civilians. So we shall be talking about all of these in due course. Now, this is part 2, and we are ending this one at 36 minutes. And we are ending this one at 36 minutes at 0840, let's say, on Monday the 26th of June 2000.